Hello, welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. I'm joined by Matto Phillips, mid Rubik's Cube. How you going, mate?
Just begun my Rubik's Cubing. I can actually solve a Rubik's Cube,
Oh, no, I
surprisingly.
can't. I can't.
I
So,
can. I learned to do it about 2 months ago. Because I was doing it online and now I'm
some
doing a
tutorial on
tutorial.
YouTube.
And I thought, you know what? Dumb enough, I thought I could do that.
And so here we
And I
are.
can. And here we are. I can do it
Cracking
a
at
Rubik's
YouTube.
Cube.
And I've joined you in the far better quality stakes, which is nice. As you pointed out before the recording, you can actually see what is in the background now, which is a nice change.
Yes. There's this glaring out rubbish. No more.
Yeah, Elgato Facecam, it's good stuff. If you're looking for a new camera, Matto's been proving it for a while, and now I've jumped aboard, and yeah, my picture's solid. Yours is great.
Well. If you want some
And Black Friday sales were good.
Black Friday sales, I didn't get this Black Friday because I was a dickhead, but got this, the new Elgato
Oh, the 4K capture,
X. Yeah, don't know why. And this
No harm in
wasn't a Black Friday thing, but I also have an arm.
Oh, you got a. Oh, that's
An
a good
Elgato
boom. Is
arm.
that the Elgato boom arm?
Yes. Not the high one, it's the low one. Which, JB, lift your bloody game. If it takes me to email you saying, hey, where's my arm? And then 2 hours later you go, hey, it's on the way. I would have hit you with my arm. My Elgato arm, because it is an indestructible item.
They're beasts.
They are beasts.
Yeah, we'll become Elgato shills at some point. So good on us. We'll just keep going. I mean, we've got the capture cards, we've got the mics, you've got the
Not the mics
arm.
yet. No
Not
mics.
the mics, not the mics yet. You've got the arm. We've now got the camera.
Well, wait, let me
you've got
go.
lights.
I've got the light. I've got the arm. I've got a camera stand that's on my desk.
Oh yeah, okay.
That camera.
Look, it's high quality
This
stuff.
thing.
Let's not beat around the bush there.
Yeah.
Like it's really really high quality stuff. So
No one's ever said what a piece of shit Elgato is. No, never been said, except for people who have poor software that haven't upgraded yet. That's it. That's the only problems.
yeah, no, that's fair. And I guess while we're continuing the theme of
And also to add on to it, when I got my camera, the first thing you said was, "Holy shit!"
yeah, it was obvious
that was pretty much.
immediately. You were
That.
I mean, you kind
The
of
same
knew
thing
the
then.
camera was coming, but yeah, it was.
It's like, yeah, surely he hasn't got it yet, and all of a sudden, bang!
Thank
there
you,
it is.
Amazon, and
Like
you ordered
Black Friday.
ordered ordered Tuesday and arrived on Thursday.
Must be
Ordered
quite
Monday
day
and arrived on Wednesday. Yeah, it was a good turnaround.
It's no longer called Patch. It's just called the Elgato
the
Show.
Elgato cast. And so I guess continuing the theme of the Black Friday stuff, and I guess kind of connecting to our patched updates that we'll get into in a sec. I also bought myself a 2 terabyte SSD for my PS5, so I can load up on more games. I don't have to start deleting shit. I was getting to that point where I was regularly deleting games, and part of it is the.
It is difficult when you're only allowed to download 5 games at a time.
Yeah. Well, it's just
huge.
And there's games that I can now talk about that I'll talk about even in the show, like Evil West, and there's others that I can't talk about yet that I've been getting codes for, and even if it's sometimes just to do a video, and like, oh, well, okay, there's another 30 gig down or 50 gig down or whatever, or God of War rolls in, it's like 80, 90 gig, and you're like, oh, holy shit. And it disappears really fast, but then you want to keep them on there because, like in the case of God of War, I want to go back and get the plat once things start to slow down for, I don't know, 30 seconds, because just when all the new releases finish, The Witcher 3 rolls along and rolls back into our lives. That'll be your patched updates and your patched updates alone for the next one that we do, I'd imagine. So we'll get to that shortly. Yeah, exactly. So I guess before we turn our attention to what's coming up and what you'll be spending all of next month playing, what have you been playing in the last 30 days or so? And we are covering the back end of October for people as well, because it was just the weird timing of the last episode of the month last time, where it was actually like a good week still to go. So we've played a little bit there as well. So what have you been up to lately?
Well, the first game, we'll talk about this for 30, or not even 30 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. Gotham Knights, it's rubbish. Move on.
Yeah, we've got a review discussion. Go check that one out.
Like we said, the 1 hour you and me played together was the most exciting hour of that entire 32 hours that I played.
I'd agree with that.
Everything else was just so boring.
I mean, co-op does make a lot of things better. I'll admit that, but
But we still don't know. Is it a single player or is it
I don't think they know.
multiplayer?
I think they
Well,
couldn't decide.
clearly the cutscenes, I would say, they don't know.
Single player.
Single player.
And to the credit,
Magic
I guess
bullets.
there's an unboxing on the YouTube channel as well. But like, thanks to Play On for. Oh no! So I wasn't talking about God of War. I was talking about the
No,
Gotham Knights.
I am talking about
there's two
Gotham
of
Knights.
those
You
too.
did two.
There's
Yeah.
the collectors that I got, and then there's the medium
And the
pack,
press
which
one. Yeah.
which is where I got this little Gotham Knights hoodie and
Oh, a bomber jacket. Was that a hoodie?
Even the
mask.
no, actually, you're right. It is a bomber jacket. Sorry. Yeah, the mask. Just another one of those pins for wherever it's.
Oh yes, you had the pin on the Alienware pin that they sent you because you wore
Yeah,
that.
exactly. It looks like an Alienware one. Yeah. Not a controller like some other lucky bastards got, but that's fine. I can appreciate. Oh, there's one of the pins. Even which is kind of cool. I'll probably stick them on at some point. Little stick.
Oh,
grips.
the thumb control things.
There's two of each, but each of the 4 different characters. But anyway, there's full unboxing, so go check that out. I'm not going to do it all again for everyone. So yeah, I'm with you in terms of God of War. Let's not lose too much time. Sorry,
Gotham Knights. Come on.
Gotham Knights. Let's not lose too much time to that. No, let's lose plenty of time to God of War.
Yes.
When
let's
you
move
are
on.
ready to talk about it.
Yes, let us move on to the next game, which is the 2018 God of War
Boy
edition.
Simulator.
Boy Simulator 2018. If you had a counter, if someone was able to count all the times Boy was said, well done to you. I would have lost count after about the 10th one.
I'm turning to Google right now.
But surely someone's done it. It wouldn't surprise me. But I will say, because it was Game of the Year, all the other Game of the Year contendees from that year was Red Dead Redemption 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, was it Celeste or whatever it's called, Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and God of War. What are you laughing at?
So some Reddit thing, it just says, I haven't actually clicked through it. It's just the kind of cut off version of the Google description where it says, so I counted how many times Kratos said boy during that, and then it's obviously, I guess the full game, whatever. Person says, first things first, the rules I set. 1, it has to be said by Kratos himself and no one else. 2, if I died and had to repeat a scene or I'd heard the dialogue before, the boy didn't count. 3, this is just the main story. I'm going to keep count for the rest of the game once I get 100%. He then said, I just completed the main story on Give Me a Challenge mode, and I counted every boy said following the rules I set. I counted up to 119. And again, that's without doing any of the side stuff.
Oh, without the conversations on a boat. Okay.
Possibly any of the boat one. Yeah, I'd imagine he would have just sat there and waited till Mimir told all the stories, so you kind of ticked that box off. But whereas on the other hand, GameRant.com has posted every time boy is used in God of War Ragnarok, in total it is used 4 times, with one of those being a passing joke.
It was a big one, and I laughed at it. I pointed and went, oh, there it is.
They're doing it. They're doing the thing.
He said it. But going back to God of War.
Thor calls Kratos. Oh, wait, no. Jesus, what am I doing?
Don't go too far.
Holy shit.
Ruined it for everyone. But going with the Game of the Year contenders from 2018, where it was Red Dead, Monster Hunter, Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, those ones. I would say Red Dead Redemption 2 is overall the better game.
Ooh.
However, God of War's action and story shits all over Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, yeah. No, Red Dead gets lost in itself for too long.
Yeah, I think that's where you go, because I think with Red Dead Redemption 2, you don't have to fight anything. It finds you as the Ku Klux Klan sets himself on fire and die by the cross, which is hilarious if you ever found them. It is quite funny. But
I still need to actually go and finish Red Dead.
But we're not talking about Red Dead.
That'll be a patched update sometime in the future when I actually go back and finish Red Dead.
But we go back to God of War, and I'm scratching my head trying to figure out why the hell it took me 4 years to play it. And I know why it took me 4 years to play it, because I played the first 3, the old
1, 2, 3
ones,
the PS2 and PS3 games.
And when I finished 3 and the ending happened, I was like, oh yeah, cool. And I just didn't care after that. And then there was a new game come out, called just God of War. And I was starting to scratch my head and going, hang on, how the hell does this all work? He's in a Norse environment. Is that what you call it?
Yep. Norse gods.
And he's from a Greek background. And you scratch your head and go, how the hell does this work? Good thing I played the game because now I found out why.
And it really works.
And it really works because just a bit of a spoiler. He is still a Greek god with a terrible past.
Yeah.
And oh man, that was the most exciting part of that game where he goes back to his house, pulls out the Blades of Chaos. Because I know you did tell me, he's like, oh, you get them later. I was like, oh yeah, cool. But you didn't tell me how he got them. He's just there in a boat with some person called Athena, which I didn't put two and two together.
That it was
to start off with.
Athena.
I was just like, who are you? It's like Athena. I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then it sort of slowly clicked on me. I was like, oh, right.
Athena, yeah.
So he's still the Kratos of old. The scar on his
in his guts,
exists. Makes sense now. And then you get the Blades of Chaos and just absolutely go nuts on those Hellwalkers. It's like, this is the coolest thing ever.
It's pretty awesome. But I mean, there's that. There's when I can't remember if it was before or after that now, where you see like that old pot that Tyr had collected.
That's
has,
Ragnarok.
That has no. The because Tyr's still mentioned in the original.
I know he's mentioned
as well. Because you kind of find like it's almost like his trophy cabinet style thing, like all the things he's kind of collected from his travels.
Oh yes,
one of
hidden
it's like
one,
like an old urn that Kratos sees himself there.
Oh
like
yes, of course, yes.
And so
the
he knocks
vault,
it over to break it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just look at it and go, aha, so Tyr does know.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, we don't know, but he just has a pot from the Greek times.
Yeah. So you've gone through and played 2018 and enjoyed all the highs of that, and you've been playing Ragnarok, but are you done with Ragnarok?
No, I probably could have finished it on the weekend, but I kind of got distracted for a good 6 hours.
No, that's fair.
Because I can't remember the place. It's when you get a floating boat, you go to a new area.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did for the whole weekend, was just go around, roaming around in that area, and just completely ignored the story.
That's fair. I don't blame you. It's like I wish that I could have done that when I was playing the game myself. And I guess like there are review discussions and those sorts of things on the channel. And Jess and I had the exact same experience, which was we were having to surge to the line to get the thing done. Especially Jess in the end. She was like, I was caught up with all the Gotham Knights stuff for the sake of, you know, like playing it with you, playing it for the review discussion, playing it for the written review, all that sort of stuff. And then had to jump back to, and like I did the preview for Ragnarok up to the first 4 or 5 hours when you leave Svartalheim, and then back to Gotham Knights, and then got back to God of War and had to just like I was putting in sessions of 4 or 5 hours straight, like multiple times in the week / in a couple of cases in the same day. I took I had a day off work and sat here in the shed for about 7 or 8 hours while my in-laws looked after my kids so that I could keep playing God of War, to make sure that I got it all done in time. And then it turned out Jess still was even behind me there. I pointed out to him like, no, this thing is longer than you think. You need to hustle. And she did. She managed to get the game finished like an hour before we started recording the review discussion. But which was then only hours before the review embargo. So it was a fair feat, but I do wish, and I know she's the same. We do wish that we kind of were able to do what you're doing, which is I don't need to. Like I'll go and explore these side things because some of them are really, really fascinating. Now that I've started to, only slowly, only a little bit, because there's plenty of games that I'm juggling now. But some of the side things after the fact, and even the ones along the way are really, really fascinating. And now it's probably going to feel a little bit more disjointed because I'm just kind of almost ticking a box rather than diving into them naturally, I guess.
Yeah, so before I just get into Ragnarok first, I'll go back to the...
Oh, there's a bit more you want to say for 2018.
Yeah. I say the story's great. I wasn't the biggest fan of the side missions because they just felt like... I don't know if it's because other games have done it better. Because something like, The Witcher 3. We always talk about The Witcher 3 and its
the
side
best.
Stories and all that. I think there was another game too we were talking about. I can't remember what it was. There was another one.
Yeah, there is a game we've spoken about recently that kind of does. Oh well, no, Ragnarok really does what The Witcher 3 does. It's just obviously you're only working your way through that. Yeah, 2018 was good, but they were still a bit more traditional video game side quests.
Yeah, sort of more that thing because I've asked my question of, how's this help me in the game, and I was sort of like those ghosts, like the ghost, like, hey, go avenge my friends and
Yeah.
this and that, and like, I don't
Alright.
really want to if I have to, but I don't really want to. If there's treasure involved and hack silver, whatever it's called, I'm in. I'll
Yeah.
take all the money I can get to upgrade stuff that I don't need. But speaking of story of father and son, bloody brilliant, and
Hit you right in the feels.
hits me right in the feels. It also hit me in the feels with old Brock and Sindri, with because to start off with they weren't getting along until Atreus just thought he'd go hit puberty and just be an asshole to everyone.
And that brought everyone together.
Brought everyone together with his whatever. Like, Atreus, shoot that thing, whatever. Don't you whatever me, little shit. Shoot him. Like, whatever. Like, don't you whatever me, son. How
Boy.
dare you? Boy, sorry, boy. Like, how dare you? And he's like, oh, what have I done?
Yeah,
Like,
learn your place, you little
yeah,
shit.
so serves you right, you little bastard.
Yeah, no, those two are good, and their relationship's even more fascinating in Ragnarok. But again, we won't wade into that side of it for spoilers.
Yeah, and then you get to the end of the game, and it's cool because then they start to get along and all this, and some cool quick time events happen. You're like, woo, this is exciting. And then finish it. Brilliant
Big
game.
boss encounter at the end. It's good shit.
Yeah, good stuff. Then you finally go home, and then then Kratos just yells out, "Who are you?" and then just ends. You're like, I don't know.
And you
Who are you?
That big bad boy that I'm sure you've probably got far easier access than I, but that big thorax.
Well, it would be, but I don't have the power to just.
Can't just summon it.
Can't just summon it. It is in another room. And then that finished, and then just put a pause on God of War for a second.
No, go for it.
Then it was like a week between.
We'll be careful about Ragnarok anyway, because
and then a week between waiting for Ragnarok to come out. I actually finished it the day before it came out, but also played a wee bit of A Plague Tale Requiem.
Oh, Requiem, yeah, cool.
Well, I only played the tutorial part of it first.
And what do you think it's so far? Yeah, that'll be probably like the same bit that I played in the Player 2 plays it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, the first chapter, or whatever it's called. Chapter 1. That's pretty much all I did. Cart fell over, you throw rocks at someone's head, you find them, whoop-de-doo. Welcome to my little river place. Yeah, so far so good, but the thing you can really tell is that frame rate. I like I said, I don't care for frame rate, but I'm looking at it going, it's really noticeable in A Plague Tale. I mean, Gotham Knights was just, I didn't care, but something like Plague Tale, for some reason, I noticed it more in that than I did Gotham Knights, and I can't understand why.
Probably because the rest of the experience is so clean, whereas Gotham Knights is a bit choppy, it also looks a bit shit, it's also,
Oh, so, yeah, okay. Then,
it's harder to notice a shitty frame rate when everything else is shitty around it.
It is, yeah, so it's just shitty all round.
Yeah.
But A Plague Tale is not so shitty, because it is a Game of the Year contender. Well, nominee, and that's where it will stay. No winning for you.
Yeah. No, I can't possibly see how it wins.
If anything else besides not Plague Tale, besides God of War or Elden Ring wins, rigged.
Yeah.
But then,
go on, keep going.
Played that first chapter, then we go on to Ragnarok. And it's very, very difficult to talk about because there are certain things, really cool things we could talk about, but don't want to.
No, we're gonna
protect ruin the experience.
And I'm even just worried that you'll say something, I'll riff on that, and then spoil something for you as well. So I'm pretty. I'm glad that you've told me kind of where you're at, because then I've got that context. I can know that probably by next week we can talk about it properly. But I'll just wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, I think I say I'm close to the end, but I said that about 6 hours ago, and it wasn't even close. But the really cool thing is, in the first one, where Kratos can't read those Lord tablet things or whatever.
Yeah.
And in this one, no problem whatsoever. Yeah. He's learning. And I'm thinking, wow, you see the learning between boy and Kratos.
21st century dead Greek god.
Dead Greek god.
And sorry, just dead because it's the 21st century. Like, this shit's happened a long time ago. That's all I'm trying to say, people. I'm not trying to lean into any rumors or speculation about Kratos.
Yes. And then Or so that's all I wanted to say about because I don't want to say anymore.
Nah, yeah.
But no, actually, go with God of War. It's good to see that we go to more than just 2 realms.
Yeah,
I know
the
that
lot
you
are
go to
available to you.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say yes, you go to 4 in God of War, but 2 of them are pointless. You don't have to go to them. One's
Yeah.
like the Crucible thing, and the other one's some other crap that I didn't care about.
Whereas there's a reason to go to all of them.
Yes, because
Story
you go to
related
the
or cool extra stuff.
yeah, then you go to the first realm, you get away from the winter. Like, oh, speaking of winter, when Sindri and Brock came out in the little winter hats, oh,
Yeah, that's
I thought, oh, I just want to take him home.
Stick them under the arm, one each.
Stick out the eyes, like, come on, you two, let's go home. And there are some other cool things. I'm not going to say what they are because I don't want to ruin the experience.
Yeah.
Of certain things. But when you go to your first realm, it is the most loveliest thing I've ever seen. I thought,
Oh, yeah.
wow. I thought this is fantastic. Just look at the
They,
place.
yeah, they make that thing pop.
But it's
I
just
don't
a
know.
smooth transaction just between, like, you open a door to a cutscene. It's crazy. Like,
yeah.
there's no, like in other games where it just goes there, then just goes into a cutscene, like an actual, like, cinematic thing. This just goes, slowly transitions like nothing's happened. And that's,
Yeah, I mean they get away with it. Yeah, they get away with a few little tricks that they kind of pull with even some of the loading still. But like you can tell it's still a PS4 game at its core because when you bounce between realms, you gotta just stand there or walk through that
oh, yeah.
thing, and they talk to you to justify the loading that's going on for the PS4 version. I'm sure the PS5 version is just sitting there like, you just gotta wait, peace.
Go on.
Listen to the thing, and then we'll drop the door
Shut
on
up.
you. But
Amir, just stop. Shut up, Amir. Just stop talking now.
yeah,
And
so
open the damn door.
But yeah, you can walk straight through that door and boom, amazing cutscene, or the world looks stunning straight away. There's no pop in, there's nothing. It's awesome. There's only a couple rough, and without again naming names for the sake of spoiling things for people. There's a couple faces, a couple characters that you're like, you didn't get the same amount of love that everyone else did. I'm sure you can probably imagine. There's 2 in particular that I'm thinking of. Both
Oh, I
female.
don't know.
Both female.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And not the core cast, but significant anyway. But yeah, we won't wade into spoils there. Anything else? We've rattled off a few games there. Any others that you wanted to cover? At
Oh,
all?
yes. Yeah. What else we got? Just Fortnite. I won a game, and that's it. That's all I'll talk about.
Yeah, okay, we move on.
Probably all bots. It was probably a bot lobby, and I'll accept that bot lobby.
Nah, you take it. It was like when
I'll
I played
take it.
that spell break or whatever. First
Oh, yeah.
first match, first win. Probably bots. Don't care. And then you bounce and never play it again. For me, obviously, yeah, we've touched on God of War. We'll avoid that because yeah, we don't need to be
actually-
spoiling anything. Oh, go on.
One more thing about God of War 2, God of War Ragnarok. So it's just part of the story. It's the whole Valkyrie and dragon thing. Because they talk about in Ragnarok saying, oh, we defeated all the Valkyries. I thought, I didn't defeat no Valkyries. I've defeated 4 of them. But I didn't defeat the council.
Yeah, right.
was like-
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just. I guess it's kind of like 100% completion of God of War 2018 is what's considered canon. I guess.
Or it just depends. They might have looked at the trophy as well. So, like, say 75%
Oh yeah,
of
they would have
people.
looked at trophy data. Yeah.
So, like, 75% of people did the Valkyrie thing. Like, you might as well throw it in there. I was like, so I'm just that 20. I'm just that
You're in the
minority
25.
group that didn't do it. So
Yeah, a
if
bit
that's
like
the case-
Infamous 1 to Infamous 2. Like the path they went with the story there was based on the trophy data from the ending, like whether you went good or bad.
Oh,
Which
there
is
you go.
kind of cool design. This is obviously not that same scale, but yeah, pretty cool.
But they don't talk about it in detail though. They just say it
No.
like once, and I
It's a
just picked
passing
up on
thing.
it. I just picked up on like, hey, I didn't do that,
Yeah.
because I was actually one of those people that actually listens to the story.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I pay attention.
Oh, I mean the story's amazing. So, again, people enjoy it. Yeah, on my side, obviously, yeah, we've already touched on God of War, so I don't really need to say too much there. Gotham Knights, we've kind of been and gone with as well. And again, there's a review discussion there, so go check that one out for our more expansive thoughts. But beyond that, so there's been a few games along the way. So I've been playing, and I'm just chipping away at it because I didn't have to play it for review. I did a player 2 plays for it, and I'll just keep working my way from there. New Tales from the Borderlands. I think I'm 2 of the 5 episodes in. and it's just when I find an hour or two kind of between game reviews, I jump over and I play that, and I'm really enjoying it. The story's pretty cool so far. I've once or twice I've played it and I was not in a good state at the time, as in exhausted, and I fell asleep. I probably power napped through about 15 minutes of it, and I came back to just like, fuck, I have no idea how many decisions or missed shots, or like I came back to being dead on one occasion, which I wasn't overly thrilled about. So I replayed that chapter the next night. So I'd probably be far closer to done if I actually had managed to remain conscious, and it's not because of the game. It's just work and two little kids, but I'm really enjoying my time with that so far. So I guess maybe look for more thoughts. Probably the next time we do one of these, and I will have had the chance to finish it up, I assume. I dabbled with Shatter, which was a PS3 brick-breaker game back in the day that it's been remastered by a New Zealand team with a few mates worked on. It's a cool little brick-breaker indie, and there's a player 2 plays on the channel, so people can go check that one out as well. Evil West was the most recent thing that I can kind of really properly talk about that I was playing. The reviews all live for that, so feel free to go check that out. But Evil West is pretty cool, and I'm really like I was doing the co-op review with Dylan, not the review discussion style thing, but like just a back and forth conversational style written review with him. And he doesn't have PlayStation Plus, so we weren't able to play co-op. So Matt Hewson jumped in for a co-op session with me, and like it is a lot of fun to play in co-op. Again, probably in a similar way that Gotham Knights gets 10 times better when you play it in co-op. Same sort of deal for Evil West, but at least Evil West is a pretty solid game to begin with.
What about the cutscenes? Are there any cutscenes?
In the cutscenes,
if so, is there more than one player?
No, so you can dodge the bullet because they just make it clear that it's a video game, because when you jump into when you play co-op, it is literally just two of the exact same main character.
Oh, smart.
So like they've just kind of lent into the fact that we're a game, whatever, cool, have fun with it. So when it comes to a cutscene, there's no some immersion breaking thing where suddenly one of you's disappeared, because you're like, that's all right, you're both the same person, so it's no big deal.
Oh, so there's no magic flying bullets going through.
There's no flying bullets or anything like what we saw in the player 2 plays. So yeah, there's that as well. And yeah, just a really, really good game in its own right. Like it's really kind of that PS3 360 era throwback in a few ways. Like you're kind of going from like mini arena to mini arena for those encounters. But it works. It's cool. I'm liking it. So, and I absolutely encourage people to go check that one out. So I'm probably going to do I feel like I'm going to do a repeat playthrough, because I really did enjoy that. And I was even just playing it on the backbone at points as well. Like it worked pretty well even in that small phone screen size setting as well. I've been playing Pokemon since that's come out.
Oh, Pokemon beta.
Yeah, it's Pokemon Early Access or whatever we want to call it. But like like everyone is saying, it is an amazing game. It is just such a shame that it is so broken. And
no one's complaining about it. I know you'd understand.
Oh no, there's plenty of complaints, but I'm loving seeing things like broken out on Twitter, where you see
So I saw some really tall person and someone trying to ride a bike and their legs were like really, really long.
My favorite one is Dicklet.
There's a Dicklet?
Where it basically just like, because you've got the trainers and they're kind of, it's a bit more fluid where in the space that they can stand during combat or whatever, and someone's Diglett burst out of the ground and it just protruded leant straight through where his dick was. So he just had this dick that just popped straight through. It's really funny. I'm sure if you just like Google or maybe Twitter, so it's a bit safer, Dicklet, I'm sure it'll probably, let me have a look.
Of course it'd come up.
Dicklet.
Of course.
What's about to happen to my Twitter feed? Oh my god, that's not what I wanted in my Twitter feed.
Oh no.
Oh my
dear.
god. Oh my god. But what's about to...
Now I want to look.
I found the actual clip, so I'm just going to send that to you, because that was some horrific shit that I just saw in my Twitter. I do not want to inflict that on anyone. I'm just sending you a link via Facebook Messenger now. Anyway, because we're mid-show, so feel free to check out Dicklet at the same time. But yeah,
I've got nothing for Dicklet, unless I've spelled it wrong.
I spelled it DickleT.
Oh, double T. Hey,
But again, this is going to get dangerous for you. Like, you could easily just check your Facebook Messenger thing because I've sent the link to you already.
well, all I've got. Hang on. Sorry, I just got distracted. Let's have a look. No, I
you
found
got
something.
distracted, huh? But
Oh, there we go. Wait.
I don't know. Like,
oh my god! Oh
Did you
wow!
ju-
Look at that! It just attacked a bird.
oh, okay. You're actually talking about Diglett, right?
Oh my god!
I
Wow!
thought it was some of the cocks and shit that just appeared in my Twitter feed that you must have.
No, I just saw someone just called their Diglett condom.
Yeah, good. So the game's pretty solid.
No,
Like, I'm enjoying what they're doing.
mine's very PG. My Dicklett's are very PG compared to what the hell you been looking at there.
That doesn't, the algorithms aren't playing funny buggers there with me with Twitter, but holy shit, that was awful.
You need 6 weeks off.
Yeah, I'm pretty traumatized by the whole thing. So, yeah, there's Pokemon. There's still a lot more that I'll probably say about that in time. I'm chipping away at the Diefield Chronicles still. And then there's an upcoming game that I'm playing that I can't discuss yet. Though, if you take a look at my PlayStation account, you'll see what it is. I just can't acknowledge that I'm playing it. So, because I'm pinging trophies for it, and the trophies are already live for the game. So, yeah, I guess enjoy working that one out, everyone. There's some rules and protocols around it. What you can and can't do there with my Twitter, with my PlayStation profile. But anyway, that's about all I've been playing. And then, yeah, I guess you'll be just trying to savor as much as you can before The Witcher rolls along, right?
Well, yeah. We'll try and finish God of War Ragnarok. Then The Witcher 3, which comes out on was it the 15th, 14th? I think it's 14th. I can't remember.
14, yeah, I think 14.
So 17 days, and well, I'm gonna probably lose a day because it's got to upgrade. So I've got 16 days, and I've done the maths on it. I've got to average at least 3 hours and 6 minutes a day to try and finish it before December 31st, which is, in my eyes, impossible. I know there's like Christmas and all that, but it's a very that's like the average. That's the average. So I don't know. Me playing games, I get distracted, so it's gonna blow out.
Yeah, of course you go after side things, which you should for a game like The Witcher. So yeah, I get what you mean.
So I can fully accept that I'm not gonna get that done by the end of the year, and I'll
see what happens. You never know.
I will fully accept it. I'm not gonna worry. It's like December 31st comes around. It's 11:59. I'll just go. Oh well.
Well, I can't even remember all of our things from the beginning of the year, but like I still haven't done my Final Fantasy 9 thing like I wanted to. So you won't be the only one failing in that sense.
Well, it's only one. I've got one more game to finish for my 25, which will be God of War Ragnarok.
There you go. Tick that one off nicely. That's well done.
And
I mean, that's more than 2 completions a month.
All 3 Witcher games. Nah, not happening. Unfortunately, I know they had a big conference to saying, "Oh, look at this game." I'm like, I don't care. You don't have to convince me to go back and play it. I'll just go back and play it.
Yeah,
it's free. I've got the game. I get free upgrade. Win-win for me. So I don't have to be convinced to go back and play it. I'll just go and play it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to thoroughly enjoy playing that at some point. I don't think I'll be rushing to it right away because there's things like Crisis Core that come out in that window. I'm looking forward to playing Dragon Quest. There's Callisto Protocol. There's Marvel's Midnight Suns, like that. And I'm sure there's that High on Life on Xbox that's out.
Oh yes, the one where the gun talks to you. Yes.
Yeah. Even Sports Story. You remember Golf Story on the Switch, little indie from way back in 2017. Sports Story is the sequel, and that's an Aussie team too. But that's out sometime in December too. It doesn't have a date, but they confirmed that during the latest Nintendo Direct that it's coming December. So there's still a lot to play even then. There's really about, I don't know, 3.5 weeks between when all those games kind of stop and when Fire Emblem rolls along on the 20th of January, and then Dead Space, and then Forspoken, and then it's just off to the races again. So R.I.P. us.
Pure chaos.
So on that note,
R.I.P.
that really
friends.
positive thing will wrap things up there. Were there any other games that you expected you were going to play, or?
No. Absolutely not.
Just carving out that time for The Witcher.
Ragnarok and Witcher 3. That's it.
Good. It's gonna be that's a good month for you. So, and for me, it's just all the new releases, and I feel like that's gonna go pretty well too. All right, we'll wrap things up there. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons are down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live. That includes more Patched, Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. There's some awesome stuff there, so please subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Player 2 Pixcast, and Dev Diary. On this Thursday's episode of Dev Diary, I assume I've probably gone public with this by now, but that's fine. Demetrius Leal, who is the art director on the Callisto Protocol, that is then going to be coming out on Friday. He's on the show on Thursday. So,
what's Carl Urban like?
Carl Urban. Oh yeah,
No,
right. sorry, I had the moment there.
No, it's not Carl Urban.
I am in no position to comment about that game or anything about it. Check my trophies. So yeah, go check out Dev Diary there on Thursday, and then of course the game comes out on Friday. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks, lower tiers early access, high tiers multi-episode exclusives, and finally Twitter. Matto?
Matto_Phil and Matto Phil on Hive. The Hive.
I created the account. I've put a couple things early days. It's helped me tee up, and I'm not going to spoil it because there's potentially a few different fires that I'm kind of stokes in the fire that I'm trying to work with at the moment. But it's guaranteed me a really awesome guest for episode 100, that platform. Within the first day, I managed to get in touch with someone who I would just not been able to reach out to via Twitter. So
you got Corey Barlog.
I didn't get Corey. I haven't been able to get Corey Barlog. I'm still hoping that someone will come through for me, but I don't think that's going to happen. So there's one person that I guaranteed to get aboard that is most likely my episode 100, working on a very cool PlayStation Studios title that I won't spill the beans on just yet. It's not an unannounced game. It's a known game, but yeah,
it is Corey Barlog.
It's not Corey Barlog. I wish. Holy shit! No, I wouldn't be able to keep the smile away. I wouldn't be able to keep the secret. And the one that is kind of our Hail Mary at the moment. I am working through connections of connections to try and get Cliff Blazinski on the show, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So Cliffy B would be huge with all his Gears of War stuff and Jazz Jackrabbit and all the other shit that he gets up to. So
Jazz Jackrabbit.
So that'd be kind of cool. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. Paul James Games for myself though on both Twitter and Hive, so feel free to jump over there on the new platform as well. Player2au for the website. And until next week, which I'd imagine will be Game Awards predictions because we'll be only a few days away from that at that stage. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you later.